Hey, you're gonna have to excuse any background noise because I am vlogging from a restaurant which I've been working from today. Um, I want to talk to you about self-love and my thoughts since yesterday, thinking about my own personal process and my own journey to loving myself. A lot of people flippantly use the term love thyself, self-love, but we don't really know the, I guess, ins and outs in what occur, what takes place when we learn to love ourselves. I can't put on any individual or tell them how to love their self, but I can speak from my personal experience of loving me and learning to pick myself up from a place of brokenness and walking with an expectation of people to love me. And so from that I have learned certain values and principles which I want to share with you. So first of all, one part of self-love is self-worth, and your self-worth is basically learning and knowing that you're enough. We can walk through life acting insufficient, or even putting or taking on other people's what can I call it, other people's outlooks on what they think you are. Maybe other people feeling that you're not good enough, and so we kind of wear that and take it on as a part of your being, and so yeah, that part of personal development, well, no, your process to self-love is recognizing that you are worth it, you are enough, and you are sufficient. Another part of self-love is self-awareness and self-acceptance, and that is in knowing that you are enough now. I feel like in life there's so much different pressures and expectations on us to be a thing, to act a certain way, to be ladylike, and all of these different values that are placed on us as women to be a certain way. And so the pressure is on us to conform or act in a way that is pleasing to our communities or the people that are around us. And so I hope the background noise ain't interrupting what I'm saying too much. So in saying that, we've got to learn to love ourselves without conditions, and that is loving yourself now. So I'll use a prime example of you may have a desire to lose weight or slim down, and instead you project a sense of self-hate towards yourself for not being in the ideal kind of shape or size. And so from that you begin to being content with yourself, and yeah, so that part of self-awareness and acceptance is accepting yourself now. You are good enough now, and loving yourself without conditions. Another part of self-love is self-compassion, and something that I struggle with a lot personally is just going easy on yourself, and not, being so hard on yourself, and know that you're doing the best that you can. And I think for myself personally, I always have this element of being compassionate to other people, but that compassion is sometimes challenged when it comes to being compassionate on myself. But another part of self-love that I feel like we do not uphold enough is self-care, and that self-care will come with knowing yourself. This comes with a great deal of knowing yourself and what you're about. And once you know yourself and you know what you're about, then you can begin to nurture that person in a way that, you know, is beneficial. I don't know if that's the right term or the right word to use, but nurturing and caring for that person. So I guess I give some examples of ways that you know that you're not having an element of self-care towards yourself, and those signs will be that you are a die-hard people pleaser, where you're always putting yourself out for other people. I'm completely guilty until I've got to a place of bitterness, but I'm really trying to break out this so you have to bear with me, guys. I'm not really a vlogger, I'm more of a writer, but I'm doing this. Anyway, as I was saying, going on is another sign that you're not expressing self-care towards yourself is that you ignore your intuition. Now your intuition is that inner voice that's inside of you that is, you know, telling you the directions that you need to take or supporting the decisions that you need to make. And the minute that you begin to ignore those intuitions, you've now kind of entered into a place where you're not really taking care of yourself. Another one is giving up on your dreams. Your dreams are, believe it or not, attached to your innate being. You were created with purpose. You've created with an ambition that you might think that you've just conjured up and made up yourself, but it's not. It's something that's been put inside of you from the beginning, and once you begin to give up on those dreams, you're then beginning to exercise a lack of self-care. Oh yeah, another one is the fear of letting go, and being ultimately controlling and trying to control your circumstances. Controlling your circumstances. They've just dimmed the lights in here. I hope it's not making too much of a difference. Now when you get into that place of not letting go and not allowing things to take its natural course, you're actually moving into a place of being controlling, and being controlling of circumstances, people and situations is also an expression that you are not taking care of yourself, because you are not allowing yourself to naturally go through a process, and I guess you're not trusting probably yourself, and you're not trusting the outcomes of or possibilities that could happen in life, and so that's another expression of that you are showing a lack of self-care. And one more for the books, which will probably thrill a whole load of you, is that those that are involved in dramas and gossip. Dramas and gossip is a very, very low frequency to kind of live your life on. It's a very low state of being, is the right word that I want to use. It's a very low state of being, and even though it is detrimental to the people that you might be gossiping about, or in drama too, it's also detrimental to yourself, because it then allows you to have a very low energy and a very low frequency. So these are just a few of the things that I've highlighted as signs of not having self-care. But to add with that, I also want to promote the practicalities in self-care. Now, again, like I stated in the beginning, it has a lot to do with knowing who you are. If you don't know who you are, you can't then turn around and take care of a person that you do not know anything about. So once you understand and know your likabilities, the things that make you happy, the things that make you smile, the things that bring you into bliss, once you understand these things, then you can start practicing them. For example, I love candles, I love flowers. So as a part of self-care, I learned to buy myself flowers, and it would be lovely for you to go out and buy me flowers too, hint hint. But in an act of kindness to myself, I will go and buy myself flowers. Baths, I love candles. What else do I love? I love to give. I love to give. I feel so happy, and when I can give to people and I can make them happy, and I can turn around or support transformation in their life in any capacity, those things make me happy. So I do more of it to incite that self-care towards myself. So this is just a quick vlog just to encourage you about loving yourself. Look at yourself intently, learn of yourself, understand yourself, know yourself, and work on all of those things: self-worth, self-awareness, self-compassion, and self-care, and make them a part of your everyday life.